guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're enjoying the month of December. Today I am going to share with you the books that I bought when I was in Europe, which as you can see, not a very large stack compared to some of my previous book hauls, and that is because I had a baggage limit, which in retrospect was probably good for my book hoarding tendencies. So obviously these books went through a serious vetting process, so I'm really excited to share them with you. Then I hope to also share with you my experiences as an American going overseas, buying books for the first time, and what that was like for me, because it was very eye-opening, and I think it'll be especially interesting to share with you guys because I know a lot of you are not from America, and I would love to know what you think of my experience, and I would love to know what your experiences are going overseas and buying books and what that's like for you. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So the first book that I'm going to show you guys is a book that I got from the American Bookstore when I was in Italy. And it is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. I have not read Lolita. I have had a copy of Lolita for the longest time. I have this beautiful Penguin Classics edition that's a hardcover, and it's up on my mantle, but I can't find it within myself to sully this book. I know that's so weird. I've talked about in my previous videos how I prefer to read paperbacks to hardcovers. I don't know why, it's just my reading tendencies. Lolita's pretty famous, but I have not read it, which as an English major that feels like a serious faux pas. And so I'm excited to get into this. I think the cover is just really gorgeous. It's just a girl with an apple, Lolita, I'm assuming. And it is the UK cover, which is like my biggest excitement when it comes to foreign editions, is just getting those foreign covers. And so this one was from Italy. Actually the only book that I bought from Italy, because the other bookstore that I went to, it was called Feltrinelli Red. And funny story, I went in there super excited to get these foreign editions, but did not look up ahead of time whether or not they sold English-speaking books. And when I got in there, lo and behold, they did not sell any English-speaking books. Literally not one. Instead of leaving, I kind of just walked around the store. It was very packed, and it seemed like it was a bar slash cafe slash bookstore, and it was very busy. There was just so many people in there. I kind of just decided to be a fly on the wall and just sort of walk around and look at what people are reading, and it was interesting because I could recognize the authors' names. There's a tag for Walt Whitman, there's a tag for Franz Kafka, and I just kind of was just looking at what people were reading, and it was just so interesting to me because here I am as an English major, as a booktuber, as a reader, and I don't even know what these books are. All I can recognize is the author's name, kind of. And then there's these Italian readers who are picking up the book the same way that I would pick up a book in a Barnes & Noble in America. It was great. It made me feel connected. It made me feel at home in a country that wasn't necessarily my home. So there's one experience for me as a book buyer, probably my most poignant one, and it really put a smile on my face. It really made my heart warm and made me really happy that I stayed in that bookshop and didn't turn around just because I couldn't technically understand any of the books in the bookstore. The rest of the books I'm going to show you I bought in Switzerland because, as I said before, I only went into 2 bookstores in Italy. I went to this bookstore, and I'm assuming it was a chain bookstore. It's called the Bookshop, and it says Orell Füssli, the Bookshop, 3rd floor, Füssli, Zurich. And I totally butchered that, just like I butchered it all week, but please forgive me. I got these Penguin Little Black Classics books, which were 80p or $2, and I got The Robber Bridegroom by the Brothers Grimm. I got The Night is Darkening Round Me by Emily Bronte, and then I got The Reckoning by Edith Wharton. Let me tell you, in terms of vetting, it was so hard because I literally wanted to buy all of these. They were all just lined up on a shelf, and they were so beautiful. People who live in Europe, I don't know how you don't spend all of your money on books because these are just so cute, and they were only like $2. I decided to buy ones by authors that I was familiar with. I love Edith Wharton, I love Emily Bronte, and I just decided to mix it up a little bit with the Brothers Grimm. So gorgeous, and I think that they will look so good just sitting up on my shelf like that and just showing them off to all my friends who probably will not care. The next book that I'm going to show you is Grief is the Thing with Feathers by Max Porter, published by Faber and Faber, which I'm pretty sure is a foreign publisher. They even got an edition that was in plastic, so that was really exciting. Still haven't opened it, but I really do want to get into this soon. I heard that it's just amazing. I've been into poetry a lot more since I've taken a poetry class at school, and so I figured that this was the next step. I know that there's another book, Milk and Honey, that is also pretty popular in the poetry genre, but I figured instead of buying that one, I'll buy this one because I can buy the other one back at home. I'm probably going to be reading this one for the holiday booktubeathon, so let me know what you guys thought about it and what your reading experience was like. And I saved the best for last because this book, when I saw it, I think that my heart skipped a beat because it is literally the most beautiful cover. It is A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. Guys, I just finished Rules of Civility, which I have not talked about on this channel yet because I have to do a recent reads video. Look at this cover. It literally is embossed with gold and glimmers in the light. I held off on buying this book in hardcover because I wanted to go overseas and hopefully find it in paperback, and I did. Amor Towles just has the most beautiful writing style, so detail oriented, so elaborate, and the worlds just stay with you after you read it. And if you have not read Rules of Civility, please do. I'm not going to go into a rant about it in this video because this is not the place for it. I've kind of been into Russian literature. I read some Tolstoy in my short story class, and I just started buddy reading Crime and Punishment with Erica over at the Perks of Books, and I just thought, why not? And I actually was able to sort of talk about this author and talk about Dostoevsky with a real life Russian, and that was pretty cool. I can't get over how it shines in the light. I really can't. Let me know if you've read any of his work before. This is probably my new favorite author and really has gotten me interested in historical fiction as of late. Something that I noticed in Switzerland when I was buying books is that the prices were definitely different than in America. My intention when going over there was to buy like 3 or 4 classics, thinking that like here they're like $9.99, $14.99. But when I went over there, I was really surprised to see that a lot of the paperbacks were the same, if not more expensive than the hardcover books, which is a little bit surprising for me. I don't know if that's just how the Swiss currency is, but I was a little bit taken aback because I realized that I just could not buy as many books as I wanted to between the baggage limit and my wallet limit, which is something that I always have to consider. As I thought about it, I was like, why not have them be the same price? The covers are beautiful, as I've shown you, and I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be the same price. They're the same book, the same amount of work goes into creating the covers and producing the work. So I thought that was really interesting and definitely changed my book buying habits. In Switzerland, like in Italy, there were a lot of, the bookstore that I went to was 4 floors, and the top floor was American books, but of course I kind of just lingered on the bottom floors a little bit, mostly because there was a Starbucks on the 2nd floor, and just to see people picking up books and me kind of recognizing them and realizing I can't really talk to these people about books like I could in America and on BookTube. At the same time, I sort of felt that universal connection to people that comes from just having a kindred relationship through books. But it really just made me want to come home and talk more about books, hoping that through the internet, the great medium that it is, and YouTube, I would be able to discuss books with people in a way that they could understand. If you have any suggestions on how I could do that better or more productively, please let me know in the comment section below because this has just been such a great experience for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit that red subscribe button if you want to see what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year into next. I have some very exciting life updates soon, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoy your holidays and the rest of the year. See you in another video. Bye!